Hey guys, it's such a pleasure to have you guys back for another video. My name is Leydi Morales. I'm your girl for all things plus size eating disorder recovery. I talk about my life after an eating disorder, navigating the world as a plus size eating disorder survivor, and of course tips and tricks to help me recover along the way. Of course, it's such a pleasure to have you guys back. So we're going to be talking about probably the number one question, fear, when it comes to eating disorder recovery, and that is the fear and a weight gain. And everybody asks, how do I deal with the weight gain? How do I get over the fear of the weight gain? How do I accept the weight gain? I mean, all of that. And it's a valid concern. It's a valid problem. It's a valid issue. And don't beat yourself up for having this fear, as I always say. Don't beat yourself up during the mental and biological process of recovery. So what I'm going to say in this video is not going to be the fluffy rainbows and unicorns answer that you're expecting. I wish there was a way. After all of the how to get over the weight gain fear videos and resources that I've read online during my recovery, I always had this expectation of a fluffy rainbow answer and everything was going to be okay and I was eventually going to lose weight and this is what I can do to stop the weight gain, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's like definitely a valid fear. Especially if, if you're being told like you're already overweight, obese, you're already unhealthy. So if you gain even more weight, that's going to even make you more unhealthy. Okay, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to tell you guys how I got over the fear of weight gain and then elaborate a little bit more from there, okay? So the fear of weight gain. Unfortunately, the only way you're going to get over your fear of weight gain, the only way to deal with the weight gain is to deal with it. You have to face your fears. You have to deal with it. I can tell you all day and every day about the science of why you're gaining weight, on why it's important for your body during this process to gain weight. But here's the thing, guys. Your body's not gaining weight for just shits and giggles. Your body's not gaining weight because it wants to make your life miserable. It's not gaining weight. Your body's not designed to make your life miserable, to make your life, to have a sucky life and to just be hell-bent on making sure that your life sucks. That is not why your body was designed to do. It has no intentions, or it never had the intentions on trying to make your life miserable, guys. And I know that's easier said than done, and I'm so sorry that this is not the answer that you want to hear. But the only way that your fear is not going to have so much power over you is if you face your fears head on. You have to be present with the fear. You have to be present with the resistance. You have to be present with the negative emotions. It's part of recovery, and it's what's going to make you stronger in the long run. I know it's difficult to say right now. You're probably eye rolling at the fact that I'm even saying this, but it's 100% true. The only way that the fears are not going to have as much control over you is if you face them head on. I mean, how many things have we done in our life where we had to face our fears, take risks, and we ended up finding out that even if we failed or if we succeeded, it was the best thing that have ever happened to us, and it only helped us grow and expand and carry these lessons to the next obstacle or whatever. Now, going back to what I said, that your body was not designed to make your life miserable, guys, if your body is gaining weight, it's because it needs to gain weight. I don't care if you're 300-400 pounds. I don't care if you're 90 pounds. Like, I don't care if your body is gaining weight and you are doing everything you can on your part. You're eating as much as you can and you're sticking through the process and whatever. If your body is gaining weight, it's because it's either repairing your organs, it's repairing your muscles, and depending on how much restriction or how long you've been restricting for, it's doing these necessary biological action steps for you to really help you heal. It's healing you. You guys, your body, what it was designed to do was to heal you no matter what. Think about it. All the times in your life that you've been sick, that you've had, that you've had sprained ankles, sprained injuries, that you've been pregnant, or that you've given birth, or that, you've had headaches, you've had flu, stomach viruses, whatever. Has your body not always led you back to homeostasis? Has your body not always healed you from those discomforts and illnesses and diseases, whatever the case may be for you? Because that's what your body is designed to do. And I'll be very honest with you, like, again, going back to my journey and even till this day, I recently switched up my diet, not for weight loss reasons or anything like that, but for, being vegetarian, etc. And I found actually with being vegetarian that I was gaining weight. And I felt it all over, like, I don't know if it was the adjustment or what was going on, but I just felt really bad and disgusting, if I can be very honest with you. And I felt my face was poofier more than usual, and I felt like my feet were really swollen. I mean, it was like after 2 weeks of being vegetarian that I was feeling like this, and I was gaining weight. So I will not lie to you, for a slight second I did panic for a slight second, but then I was like, okay, this is just part of the process. If I'm not doing anything to restrict or anything like that, I don't have anything to worry about. And so then I eventually kind of like, I acknowledged the weight gain, but I kind of just shifted the focus off and just realized that it was okay, that it was normal. And I did not try to interfere with that process. I did not try to, I got to go back to like exercising or whatever because I'm gaining weight. Like, that's not, I realized I was gaining weight, but that's it. Like, it was a slight panic, but then I'm like, you know what? As long as I'm not restricting, I'm fine. And I just kept it moving. But again, I did not try to change the fact that I was gaining weight. I did not try to change the fact that I was or try to change these resistance or these resistant thoughts or negative thoughts about my weight gain. I just acknowledged them, and I just kept moving forward, and I shifted my focus on what truly mattered, etc. So this happened to me recently. So again, I understand the panic, I understand the frustration, I understand the fear, but you have to understand, guys, that weight gain, if you're gaining weight, it's necessary. If you're gaining weight, it's 100% necessary. And even if you do get to a stable weight, or you do lose the weight, get back to your normal set point weight, whatever, understand that your body may be different, or it's going to change throughout your life. You might get wrinkles, or you might get, you might give birth, or you might gain weight or lose weight, or whatever the case may be. But that's just because our body is a biological organism, guys. And it does, only science knows why it does what it does. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So I say all this to say, all this elaboration. Elaborate and listen. How you deal with the weight gain is you deal with it. I'm sorry, you have to deal with it. And the only way to not give power to that resistance and that negative emotion that you're feeling is just to observe it and empathize with it and let it be there unconditionally, 120%. Allow those negative thoughts and resistance to be there, and just breathe into it. Allow the negative thoughts to tell you you're never going to stop gaining weight, you're going to be so fat, you're going to be so ugly, nobody's going to love you, etc. Allow those thoughts to be there and be present, but don't give them any power. Don't try to change those thoughts. Don't try to change the resistance that you're feeling, because the moment that you try to change those thoughts, and the moment that you try to to fight them, is you're pretty much inviting them to stay. Just observe it like you were like a neutral outside perspective, just looking at these thoughts, and just just as if you're observing and spectating. No hidden agenda, no nothing. You're just observing them. Breathe into them as much as you can. Say your affirmation, whatever it is, like, I have completely recovered, or my eating disorder is a thing of the past, or I love my body as it is, or thank you, body, for always protecting me. Whatever affirmations you use, just not with the intention of trying to change the resistance, but again, just to remind yourself of the person that you're choosing to become. The weight gain, guys, if it's happening, it's happening. This isn't going to be the fluffy answer you're looking for. You have to deal with the weight gain. That's the only way that it's not going to have so much power over you. All the negative comments and stuff like that, I will say, if they're still bothering you, it's because you still have internal work to do on yourself. Because even till this day, I'll get people who comment about my weight or how I look or whatever. And I'll be honest with you, back in the day, I would have just like gone into my room and cried like for 3 days straight and just like cried myself to sleep. But now it's more like, okay, like, it's just like, it's like somebody says something about my weight, and it's just like them saying like, oh, you have long hair. Like, it's whatever. It's like, you can be triggered with weight gain you can be triggered with weight loss. That's something that I talk about in my previous videos as well. Just like you can be triggered with weight gain, you can also be triggered with weight loss. So this is where I'm telling you guys, like, you really have to shift your perspective off the weight, and you really have to change your relationship with how your body is working for you and what your body truly is. Because again, if you still find that you're worried about the weight gain, if you do lose weight naturally, you're going to be triggered by it, because you're going to be like, oh, this thing does work. Now I got to watch what I eat, or whatever the case may be. Wherever the focus is on the weight is going to persist. So this is where I tell you guys to do some internal work and focus on the things in your life that have nothing to do with your weight, and that bring you true joy and true happiness and true self-worth. And you'll see with time that the weight gain or weight loss, whatever it is for you, it does take care of itself. And most importantly, it'll come to a point in your life where it's just like your eating disorder does truly become a thing of the past. Okay. I'm sorry that wasn't the answer, the happy-go-lucky answer that y'all were looking for, but it's true. I dealt with it recently. So the weight gain is, don't feel bad for hating the weight gain. It's totally normal. It's totally fine. Just, just accept that it's part of the process. It's not for shits and giggles. Your body is doing God knows what type of biological mechanisms to heal you. So at this point in your life is when it's truly testing you, when you're truly being tested on how bad do you truly want recovery on the other side, where weight and food is just a thing of the past. Okay? Other than that, I hope you guys have such an amazing rest of your day, week, month, whatever you're doing. And I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to email me questions at the email, and on the email posted below in the description bar, link, whatever. And if you guys want to follow my new Instagram for this community at Plus Size Recovery, of course, all of that information is down below as well. And I will see you guys on the next video. It was such a pleasure. Have a great day.